Almost Live Training Films presents number 14 in a series, Ordering Pizza at Halftime. To properly order a pizza at halftime, the following players are required. One guy on the phone, two guys who hate olives, mushrooms, peppers, and every other topping except for Canadian bacon and pineapple, a dominator to take charge, a Pink Floyd fan. Action begins between the phone man and the objectors.
Yeah, I'd like to order a large pizza.
Man!
What?
Two mediums!
No, 2 mediums is more expensive.
The dominator steps in to take charge.
No, a large is cheaper. Get a large.
We'd like a large pepperoni with olives. A large... What?
Canadian bacon! Yeah, with pineapple!
No, not everyone likes Canadian bacon. Pepperoni.
The objectors appeal for help.
You want pepperoni or bacon?
I don't care, man.
It's ordered.
The pizza is ordered. Part 2, eating the pizza. The pizza has arrived. To ensure proper consumption, an eating monitor watches for the most common pizza crimes. Topping theft.
Hey, that's his topping. Put that back.
Quantity fraud.
This is my second piece, I think.
That's your third.
Yeah, my third. Sorry.
Hogging.
Well, I guess there's just one last piece here. I hate to let it go stale. I mean, I guess I could take it off your hands. You know, I don't really want it. If anybody else wants it, you know, I don't care.
Hey! I mind. Split it up.
Part 3, settling up with the guy who paid the delivery boy. Whoever paid must approach the rest of the group together.
Okay, the way I figure it, everybody owes me $3.50.
All I got's a 20.
Me too.
Me too. Me too.
You got change?
Yes.
The banker was smart. He had $101 bills handy. This has been a successful halftime pizza.
Good evening and welcome to Almost Live from Tacoma. Yes, we've made a lot of Tacoma jokes over the past few seasons, and tonight we want to bury the hatchet. That's why we've come down to do an Almost Live barbecue here in Tacoma. Like I said, there's going to be no more jokes about Tacoma on Almost Live. We think Tacoma is a great place. Like, no more of those, like, you know, aroma of Tacoma jokes. Actually, I think we're going to go to Bellevue. I'll see you at Bellevue Square. We're going to Bellevue.
Welcome to Almost Live, the show that television was invented for. And we know, we've checked on that. We have the research. We can prove it. Meanwhile, here's your host, John Keister.
Well, yes, it's exciting in here tonight, I know, but boy, nothing to match the excitement we had down south there a little while ago. You may have heard that the Army Rangers descended on a neighborhood in Tacoma last weekend. Now, this is the same elite force that invaded the island of Grenada a few years back. So at least their battles are getting larger. Yeah, next week they're going to chopper down to Seattle and clean up that shoplifting problem at the Bond. So, happy about that. Well, now, this is very interesting. Not a joke here. This is not a joke, but on the educational front, the national educational front, the Burger King Corporation announced that they will be sponsoring several alternative high schools around the country this year. Absolutely true. Now, they claim that they're not training the students only to work for Burger King, but the class list does include preparing the patty and the history of flame broiling. So, you know, make your own, you know, judgment about that. I guess I have. Yeah. Well, you know, when school opened in Seattle this year, the district said that 3,000 students were missing. Turns out they weren't missing, they just couldn't read the numbers on the buses. In a poll this week, 1% of the respondents rated the quality of Seattle public schools as excellent. 1%. Interestingly, this was the same 1% that rated the nachos at the Kingdom as scrumptious. So that explains a lot. Well, like we said last week, you know, we're a Seattle show, but we've gone global. We're being seen now via satellite in every corner of the globe, and we've hooked up a sky bridge. Last week we were in the Middle East, but we wanted to go a little bit closer this week. We're going to go to, I think we've got a sky bridge hooked up with the summit on Mount Rainier. I think, do we have that now? Can we see that? Okay, one guy there. That's great. One guy. There he is. Boy, it's interesting. That looks suspiciously like our program assistant, Dave Campbell. How about that? Interesting. Hope Dave brought enough trail mix up there. Don't want that on my head, you know? Okay, well. Anyway, here at Almost Live, we're dedicated. The theme, as you know, of the monologue was education. We're dedicated to quality education. We want children to learn the fundamentals of proper etiquette. And so we're proud to present this episode of Mind Your Manners with Mr. Billy Quan.
It's time for Mind Your Manners with Billy Quan. Today's episode, Fumes of Fury.
You, Dragon Breath, you have ruined the ambience of this room and spoiled my appetite with your smoking.
Smoking? This is not smoking. This is smoking!
Billy says smoking can be hazardous to your health.
Behave yourself. And stay with us. We're going to be right back with Bill Nye, the Science Guy. Right back.
She had those shoes on. So all my life they're telling me it's Halley's Comet. It's just one of those questions that always bother me. Where do the pigeons go? I don't know where they go. I don't see them. Shoes, I don't know what it is. It just is. All my life I've told Lizzie, and I'm there and she's there. I can't believe you're trying to tell me that. Can you answer that for me? Can anyone answer that for me?
We're back. We are back. Well, once again this year, Almost Live is proud to present a forum for the insights, the issues, and the ideas of our staff scientists. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome a great entertainer, a great humanitarian, and my personal friend for over 35 years, Bill Nye, the Science Guy. Let's bring him Nice to see you.
Nice to be seen, John.
Wow. Bill, what do we have here?
Oh, just a newspaper article. Just a
Appears to
brief
be
little thing.
the front page of the arts and entertainment section of the Seattle Times. Yeah.
That was mentioned briefly there.
Brief mention of you, yeah, last week. I haven't really seen one like this around the office, though. This one's kind of floppy. Yours are all laminated, I noticed, up next to your desk. But what of that? Let's dispense of that. But Bill, I noticed in the studio when we came in that there was this apparatus here, and so I became intrigued. What have you got going here?
Indeed there is, John. You know, I get cards and letters weekly. I get faxes all the time. People say to me, okay, suppose I was in an elevator, a person was in an elevator, were in an elevator, and all the safety systems failed, and the cable broke simultaneously. And then I am plummeting to my death.
Right, okay.
Could I save myself? Could one save oneself by jumping at just that last...
Just the last one, okay. Well, I'm glad this is your topic for tonight because I have to admit this is a question that's fascinated me ever since I was a kid. I'm always glad I didn't have to test this hypothesis, but I think, you know, I was secretly, I kind of wanted to. So I'm interested. Is this going to work?
Yeah, well, John, we have just the device to test this. This is an elevator. And this will be your counterweight. This is your elevator, the car here. And we're going to place a volunteer here in the elevator.
Okay.
This volunteer's name, I think, is Al.
Alan. Alan A, obviously.
Alan the egg.
A resident of Linden, perhaps. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Okay.
There are your feet, Al.
So he's sitting in there, and he's gonna
He's going to see, you know, how well this works. Now, you see, we have to make Alan jump. Alan must jump at the last moment. And we have a system here, a device.
Oh, okay.
This lever will allow Alan to jump, you see, just at the last moment.
Very nice.
Now, note that Al can jump.
Yeah, he's fine.
And he can land.
He
and
seems,
he absorbs in it just as though your legs will. And you see, he's not broken at all.
He's got him on a little padding right here that he can. Okay.
Simulated Al legs we got there.
So Alan is going to be our stunt guy who's going to go plunge to, you know, to imminent, you know, scientific analysis in this.
Datum.
Okay, great. I got to tell you, I'm rooting for Alan. I really want this to work.
Well, we've hauled Alan now to the very top of the tower. This could be, in your mind's eye, could be the Columbia Tower.
So then he's at that level where there's that private bar that you can't get into unless you're a member.
That's right.
I'm not. I understand you are.
Yeah, John. You understand.
Okay.
You understand a lot of stuff.
I do. Okay. All right. Well, let's see. I'm rooting for Alan. Come on, Alan. Come on,
I have a device here.
Yeah. Come on. Oh, the device. Okay.
I have a device here that will allow all the safety systems we use in the United States and the cable to fail simultaneously for the purposes of this thought experiment.
Come on, Alan. Let's go. Come on.
3, 2, 1, go!
Whoa. Oh, well. So it doesn't look too good for, geez.
Had a great fall there.
Yeah.
I think everyone would like to see the almost live instant replay.
Oh, I'm sure. All right, yeah. Let's see it. Do we have that?
Take a look there.
Yeah.
Do we have that, Steve?
Let's see it. Oh, there you go.
You see.
Okay. Oh.
The jumping up is fine. It's that last contact that gets you.
So apparently we'd look a lot like Alan if that happened. Is that right?
Well, yeah, we'd have different colors, certainly.
I have to admit, I'm a little disappointed in that. Boy, that sort of blows a lot of fantasies for me. But is there any way that people could possibly survive a fall like this?
Well, John, actually, there sort of is. There sort of is a way that a person could pull this off, and I'll show you. But in order to do that, I have to just take a quick trip to the Smith Tower.
Okay, take your jacket off. You're going outside. All right. We're now waiting for Bill to arrive at the Smith Tower. I suppose he should be there right about now. We go now to Bill Nye at the Smith Tower.
Thank you. In order to survive a hypothetical elevator crash like that, you'd have to be able to do something like this. So you'd have all this kinetic energy, which results from your potential energy, which is directly proportional to the height of the building, the height of the fall. So what you want to do is transfer that energy to the elevator car through your jump, you see, but that would be very difficult. You'd have to be able to... You'd have to be able to jump the entire height of the building, just about. Now, you see, that's very unlikely.
Coming back in. He's returned to the building. All right, Bill. Okay. If I'm able to correctly assess what I just saw there on video, what you're saying is that in order for someone to survive that, they have to jump all the way from the ground floor to the top of the building to survive a crash like this.
Yeah, just about, yeah. Now, in general, there's two problems with that, okay? First of all, even the best of us really aren't in that kind of shape.
No, Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan.
Spud Webb, neither one of them could really pull it off. And then the other thing that always seems to go wrong with something like that, elevators have a roof, you know, and so you'd be inhibited there right away.
Cuts it off right there. Yeah. So essentially then, your story,
you're doomed.
You're doomed. You're doomed. But on the bright side, though, your heirs, the people who survive you, will have a dandy lawsuit to fall back on. Right? So you see, it is a positive story.
Sort of a happy
ending.
Yeah.
That's great. So we have a happy ending. Well, thank you very much, Bill. Really great. Bill Nye, the Science Guy. We'll be right back. Thank you, Bill.
Thank you,
This
John.
is great, Bill.
This whole thing is something I whipped up.
Studio amplification for Almost Live provided by American Music.
It's time again for home fix-up ideas on This Here Place with Bob Bobbin.
Hi there, and welcome again to This Here Place. You know, it doesn't matter how skillful you are as a builder, you're still going to make mistakes from time to time, and that's nothing to be ashamed of. And it's not at all unethical to hide a small mistake, like, say, this little hole in the wall right here, with a piece of artwork like that. It looks good, and no one's to be the wiser. And it can cover up any size mistake that you might make. I think that needs to come up a little on the right side there, Larry. Ralph, a lot of people believe that when you are dealing with a screw or a nail that is stuck in a wall like this one, and then you decide you want to take it out of the wall, that it is impossible to do that without just tearing the hell out of the wall.
Well, I know a lot of people think that, but let me show you a little trick I know.
Okay.
Well, the first thing you do is you put the claw under the screw like that.
All right.
And the key is to rip it quickly like this.
Okay. Well, now you've just torn the hell out of the wall.
Well, yeah, I know. There's no way to do it without tearing the hell out of the wall.
One of the most annoying and troublesome household maladies is the clogged up kitchen sink. And to get it unclogged can be quite a job sometimes. Boy, we've got one really clogged up here, don't we, Larry?
Yes, sir. It looks like somebody threw some dead, rotten fish in there.
Yeah, it looks like it could be that. How do we get it unclogged in a hurry? Are you going to use a plunger, or what do you do exactly?
No, I want to throw this thing in there.
That's an M80, isn't it?
You bet. You better get back there.
Okay.
Yeah, rotten fish.
Yeah, it's rotten fish, all right.
I got to unclog the toilet. You want to go?
No, why don't you go ahead without me, Larry?
All right.
These handy wheeled dollies that you see Bob working with here can be awfully handy for moving bulky objects around. Watch out for that wheeled dolly there, by the way, Mike. Ralph over here is working on the radial arm saw at the moment. Now, Ralph, when you're working with a radial arm saw or any dangerous tool, what do you have to bear in mind?
It's concentration.
Concentration. In other words, you can't afford to be distracted by anything.
That's right.
When you say distractions, what are you talking about? People talking to you, people asking you questions, that kind of thing? Is that what you mean by distraction?
Yeah, that's what I'm... Would you call 911, please?
Yeah. One of the biggest concerns that you have when you do home repairs is the exposure you sometimes have to toxic fumes, especially if you're spray painting, for example. And that's why it's a good idea to always wear a protective mask like this one. Let's go on into this room now, where Larry, in fact, is doing some spray painting. Larry, we want to ask you a few questions about the work you're doing. My God, Larry, you're not even wearing a mask of any kind. Aren't you concerned that these fumes could cause irreparable brain damage?
Irreparable?
Irreparable.
Electrical?
No, irreparable. That means, you know, brain damage that you couldn't fix.
That hurt me none yet. I've been doing this for years.
You know, besides the practical advantages of do-it-yourself home repair, there are certain, well, therapeutic values in doing your own work. Working with your hands. Ralph? Excuse me, Ralph? Ralph? Ralph! What? I was just wondering, Doesn't seem like you enjoy this work very much.
I hate this work!
Then why do you do it?
I'm not going to do it much longer. I'm going to night school. I'm going to be a dentist.
Terrific. Well, if we've learned anything, it's that you can't be any too careful in this home repair business. Remember, safety first. Oh, for crying out loud. Mike? Mike, you okay? Mike? You hit him right on the lens.
Okay, you do-it-yourselfers. I hope that helped. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Okay, one more time. This is your brain. This is your brain in a frying pan. Get it?
Well, I'm afraid that's all the time we have this week. If you want to be part of our wonderful studio audience, call 448-3795 and ask for tickets. They had fun. We'll see you next week.
Promotional consideration for Almost Live provided by Pizzeria Pagliacci, featuring traditional and gourmet pizza by the slice. Pizzeria Pagliacci, rated Seattle's best pizza. Opening soon in SeaTac Mall. Promotional consideration also provided by your local Coca-Cola bottler.